Hi, everybody. Gloria Moraga here, political woman. Just thought I'd jump on and share some info with you. I am here to just say thank you, President Biden. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe, for all of the things you've done for us the last 3.5 years. I think Joe Biden is one of the greatest presidents this country has ever seen. And I'm just going to go through the list of some of his accomplishments. So I hope you'll join me. Here are the accomplishments. So I'm watching the Republican convention right now. And if something happens, I might close off. But I wanted to jump on and just share this with you. So, okay, here are 23 of Joe Biden's accomplishments. Number one, my favorite. He passed the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package. This was my favorite bill, my favorite package. It increased investment in the national network of bridges, roads, airports, public transportation, national broadband internet, as well as waterways and energy systems. This bill is just starting to really get underway and get people working, but it also worked on cleaning up our water systems. Some of our water systems in this country were shot, and this was a big one. Number two, helped get more than 500 million life-saving COVID-19 vaccinations into the arms of Americans through the American Rescue Plan. I am live. I don't see anybody joining me. Don't have access to this feature, it says. But I'm just going to keep pushing forward. I'm listing Joe Biden's top accomplishments. So the COVID shots, he inherited such a mess, and then he got the COVID shots out, and really life-saving. We were in a heap of trouble at the time. I'm going to just jump on here real quick. All right, number three, stopped a 30-year streak of federal inaction by getting the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act that created enhanced background checks. This is the gun legislation. Closed the boyfriend loophole and provided funds for youth mental health. Joe Biden did that. Made a $369 billion investment in climate change, the largest in American history, through the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. Ended, and yeah, there were some problems, the longest war in American history by pulling troops out of Afghanistan. Joe Biden was handed this big mess, and he at least took action and helped get stuff done. That's number five. Number six, provided $10,000 to $20,000 in student debt relief to Americans with loans. And these are Americans who make under $125,000 a year. So that student loan program. Cut child poverty in half, and we still have to work on this, through the American Rescue Plan. Capped prescription drug prices at $2,000 per year for seniors on Medicare through the Inflation Reduction Act. And if you pay attention, just recently he has expanded that program. Passed COVID-19 relief deal that provided payments of up to $1,400 to many struggling U.S. citizens while supporting renters and increasing unemployment benefits. 10, achieved historically low unemployment rates after the pandemic caused them to skyrocket. 11, imposed a 15% minimum corporate tax on some of the largest corporations in this country, ensuring that they pay their fair share as part of the historic Inflation Reduction Act. Having technical difficulties. Okay. Hi, everybody. Gloria Moraga. I'm going through some of Joe Biden's accomplishments, getting ready to watch his speech at the Democratic National Convention. All right, we're at number 12. Recommitted America to the global fight against climate change by rejoining the Paris Agreement. This is something that Donald Trump pulled us out of. I don't understand why people don't acknowledge climate change and why they're so against climate change. Come on, man. We've got to fight this stuff for our kids and our grandkids and people who are going to be here after we're gone. And I don't know how old you are. Maybe I'm talking about you. All right, the Paris Agreement. Also, I mean, Joe Biden really was brilliant here with all of the stuff that he did internationally. So, strengthen the NATO alliance in support of Ukraine after the Russian invasion by endorsing the inclusion of world military powers, Sweden and Finland. So I don't know how familiar you are with history, but man, this was a big deal. This was a really big deal, getting Sweden into NATO. And he deserves credit for that. Number 14, authorize the assassination of the Al-Qaeda terrorist Ayman al-Zawahiri, who became head of the organization after the death of Osama bin Laden. Gave Medicare the power to negotiate prescription drug prices through the Inflation Reduction Act, while also reducing government health spending. I've got chat up. I don't know if anybody wants to chat. All messages are visible. Nobody wants to chat. Well, clearly I need to work on my live shots on YouTube. Held Vladimir Putin accountable for his invasion of Ukraine by imposing stiff economic sanctions. And even though we don't hear much about it, it hurts. Boosted the budget of the Internal Revenue Service by nearly $80 billion to reduce tax evasion and increase revenue, and he has done that. 18, created more jobs in 1 year, 6.6 million, than any other president in United States history. Reduced healthcare premiums under the Affordable Care Act by $800 a year as part of the American Rescue Plan. Signed the PACT Act. This is another one of my favorites, to address service members' exposure to burn pits and other toxins, because there's nothing more important than, as a country, than supporting our veterans. They have given up so much and continue to give up so much, and we need to support them and embrace them and love them when they return or even while they're in service. So that's number 20. 21, signed the CHIPS and Science Act to strengthen American manufacturing and innovation. Reauthorized the Violence Against Women Act through 2027. And this is one of the things that helped with that boyfriend loophole, which is really important. And number 23, I don't know how you feel about executions, but Biden halted all federal executions after the previous administration, the Trump administration, reinstated them after a 17-year freeze. So that is number 23. Those are some accomplishments of President Joe Biden. Those are the tangible accomplishments from this president, but there are some intangibles that I should mention. And I'm looking over at my big TV, and then I've got C-SPAN on my little TV. So I'm waiting, or on my computer. So I'm waiting to see who's going to speak when. Biden, of course, is going to be the headliner tonight. But the other thing that Biden did that is intangible but not So is he pulled us together. I used to work for the university. I did PR after I was in television for years. And I used to say to our president, the president of the university, you need to have a presidential moment. You need to just get up and show that you're a leader. And that's what Joe Biden did. After all of the deaths, and when he took over as president, people were still dying at an alarming rate from COVID. He brought us together. And of course, not everybody. Of course, not MAGA. Of course, not haters. But he brought us together and pulled us together as a nation. And we've come so far. We've come far. And yeah, there are problems in this country, but it is the greatest country in the world. We have the best economy in the world. Yes, we have problems. Yes, we have inflation. So does everybody else. Um, when Trump says he's going to drill, baby drill, we're already drilling now. We have the largest oil drilling in the history of the United States. Um, and we're a key exporter. So I just wanted to jump on. I'm going to go to TikTok next. Follow me over on TikTok, please. My TikTok audience, because I do more live shots and I post more videos, are much more involved than the audience here. But I'm going to start doing live shots every day here. So because we're getting into the 2 month time countdown. Um, and my name is Gloria Moraga. I am a political woman. I vote. Please join me. I try to post every day. Right now, people are holding up signs on the convention floor saying, when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. It's been a crazy couple of months with Biden bowing out. I don't know if you saw the video. I have it. I'm going to post it. I'm going to post videos all this week of some of the videos I recorded over the weekend. But Harris and Waltz did a bus tour through Pennsylvania on Sunday or over the weekend. And they were at a football field with high school students. And holy cow, Waltz was talking to the football players, and he was talking about winning and losing and being on a team, and how you fight, and you have to depend on each other as teammates. And it was just a great metaphor for our country. And he says, you get out there and you play the best you can. And if you lose, you go over and you shake hands with the other team because they wanted to win just as badly as you did. And that's something that we need to talk about more in our country, how there was a man, Donald Trump, who didn't want to lose, like a champion. He incited the insurrection, he incited the riot. People were hurt. And, some of the magazines have said nobody died. This is just totally false. First of all, 2 women died that day. The woman who was shot trying to breach through the window, pushed through the window by others behind her. But there was also a woman who was trampled. She was trampled going just as they were breaching and going into the Capitol. She died. So you can't say that nobody died. A number of officers committed suicide after because of the horrific scene that day, and we've had a lot of officers who have lost their ability to work, and it was just a tragedy. So it's just so much has happened the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to be posting more often and going live every day. And so please join me, Gloria Moraga, political woman. I'm here on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok with videos and live shots. And I do some other social media. I do a little bit of Threads, and I do a little bit of Instagram. But my main posting place is TikTok, and I love the group there. So please join me. I'm Gloria Moraga. Looking forward to covering the convention from here and here in California. And I've covered many conventions, and I can share some of that with you guys. But thanks for being here. And we'll kind of start gearing up here, and I'll plan a little bit better and announce that I'm going to go live at a certain time every day. This is just my first or second live shot, so I wanted to just kind of try one, see how it works. I want to post videos during my lives, so I'm working on all of that. Going over to TikTok now, watching the convention on a couple of multiple screens, and I'll be posting clips from Biden's speech, one of the greatest presidents in my lifetime for sure. Um, and I think history will show uh, that I'm right on this. That this man is awesome. He's an awesome man. I mean, I'm almost, yeah. I love America. That's why I do this. So thanks. Thanks for being here. I think I've lost everybody. And I'm ending.